under an agreement all the way to Fiji called Girmit. And some served for 5 years, some continued to live in Fiji and made them their home. They were pioneers for another generation of Indians in Fiji, and you will see a little bit of how things change, how lifestyle change, and honestly, I would say that they're a breed of their own. So proudly presenting a short, succinct Girmit skit. Hope you appreciate it.
तब पिघल गए पहुंचाए दिहिस कलकत्ता घेरक भीतर बंद करी सब देख के बैठे मत्था अरे कौन जाल में फंसे आए अब दया करो भगवनवा हो का हलवा सुन लो पीली बातिया
14th May is very significant for all Fiji Indians. But for Girmitias like Lalta, Beni Singh, Bipti, Badlu, Asgar, Ulfat, Pole and Fakir Baks, this day in 1879 was more significant.
On this day in 1879, the ship Leonidas carried these 8 and 455 other Indian Girmitias to the Fijian shores from India for the first time. The Fiji Times dated May 17, 1879 reported that cholera had been on board together with smallpox and that 11 coolies had died of cholera and 6 of dysentery. The British in those days referred to all Indians as coolies. The coolies on board the Leonidas were the first to sample hospitality of their unknown masters in the new land. They were to serve their girmit or indenture, which was a work contract lasting a minimum of 5 years. These brave men, women and children were thrown in the deep end. They were expected to adjust and adapt to anything and everything imaginable to you and me.
Success of sugarcane plantations was one of the ways in which the colonial powers could make this new colony self-supporting. Fiji's second governor, Sir Arthur Gordon, who had previously served in Trinidad and Mauritius, had two major problems. First, a dwindling supply of plantation workers, and second, he had to preserve a native policy which safeguarded Fijians from labor lines. India had an endless supply of cheap and reliable labor. At the time, India was also a British colony. So the governor's desire was quickly transformed into reality. The form of agreement for intending emigrants outlined their girmit or condition of indenture. Girmitiers were assigned to duties involving cultivation or manufacture of products. They were to work for 5.5 days a week, with Sundays and holidays being free. They were paid at the rate of 1 shilling or 12 pennies for men and 9 pennies for